So what if Apple products remained expensive, but Cupertino made it easier for you to afford them? Because yes, it seems Apple might let you get an iPhone or other products through a subscription sometime soon, sort of. The 15-inch MacBook Air we've been talking about might be something completely different from what we thought, and it seems the EU will reportedly make big messaging applications work with smaller developers and each other with a new bill. I'm Jaime Rivera, and happy Friday, everyone. I'd ask you all to behave, but listen, I know I won't. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with the European Union and their latest bill to force companies to work together. On Thursday, they published a new press release on their upcoming Digital Markets Act, where they agreed that big technology companies will have to make their messaging applications such as WhatsApp, iMessage, and Facebook Messenger interoperate with small-scale chat applications at developers' request. Now, the law hasn't passed yet, but it seems that the EU wants Apple and Facebook to open up their platforms to others, meaning you soon would be able to iMessage someone by using an application like Signal on your Windows PC. The press release doesn't state anything about them working together with each other, but it is a first step in breaking down the walled gardens for these services. A report from The Verge notes that this isn't impossible, as Facebook has been working on their messaging applications to work together seamlessly, though obviously between their own network. While Apple pitched a more open version of iMessage to carriers years ago, but that apparently got dropped. Do you guys think it is a good idea? Because honestly, I think it's way beyond time. Let's move on to Qualcomm and their next release, as we're slowly getting to the half of 2022 already, and I still feel like we're in March of 2020. But anyways, we have a new report from Yogesh Brar where he's claiming that Qualcomm is planning to launch a new flagship chip in early May. Apparently, this is expected to be a Plus variant of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, which would also carry the same model number and will be manufactured by TSMC and not Samsung. Yes, it's still based on the 4nm process, but they're switching to TSMC due to their more yield and stable chips, where Samsung has been criticized for delivering subpar chipsets when compared to TSMC. In addition to that, Brar says that different Android OEMs have already got their hands on this chip, and they're working with Qualcomm to tweak their upcoming handsets before the release in June. And we also expect the Nothing phone to be powered by this chip, as well as the next generation of Samsung foldables like Ice Universe mentioned yesterday. Let's see what TSMC does with this new chip, because we know that Apple and even MediaTek are doing pretty well with them. Let's switch gears onto Apple and that 15-inch MacBook Air we discussed yesterday. If you didn't watch yesterday's episode, how dare you? We talked about the new report from the DSSC claiming that Cupertino would launch a new 15-inch Air variant next year. Thing is, now we have some added details to this report. First off, we got a new tweet from Ross Young claiming that this would actually be a 15.2-inch variant instead of just the 15-inch model. But then we also have a new tweet from Ming-Chi Kuo saying that this machine is something else entirely. He mentions that mass production for this device would start in the fourth quarter of next year if all goes to plan, and that although a larger display generally consumes more power, the design goal is to use the same 30-watt power adapter we get on the MacBook Air. The catch is that it might not be called MacBook Air after all. He didn't mention any other information on it, but I really doubt this would be a new MacBook Pro. And notice Ross Young wrote down MacBook/Air in his tweet. Does that mean that the MacBook is coming back with a larger variant? In the past it was a 13-inch model. I hope so, because I would like to see a 12-inch variant in addition to a larger variant with Apple Silicon. And listen, hey, just give me that 4 Thunderbolt 4 MacBook Pro variant in either 13 or 15-inch. I'll be a happy guy with Apple Silicon. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's keep talking Cupertino, but move on to the iPhone and sort of drastic changes. According to a new report from Bloomberg, Apple is working on a subscription for hardware devices that would let you lease products like an iPhone, a Mac, and more. Kind of sort of like the upgrade plan that we currently have, but with a few tweaks. Bear with me, I'll explain the differences. If this hardware subscription goes according to the current plan, you would be able to buy iPhones, iPads, and more, like paying a monthly app fee. The program is reportedly targeted towards consumers that don't have the capital to fully buy their own Apple device, and it's being described as Apple's biggest push yet into automatically recurring sales, allowing users to subscribe to hardware rather than just digital services. It would also differ from the iPhone upgrade program or what carriers offer, because instead of spreading the device's value over 12 to 24 months, the monthly charge would depend specifically on which device the user chooses and for whatever time. And the subscription would be attached to your Apple account, and some talks even mention that this could be a part of the Apple One program, though nothing is set in stone just yet. Apparently, this is geared to happen towards the end of this year, or I don't know, early next year, unless it ends up getting canceled. But in today's question, let us know, what do you think about the possibility of an iPhone hardware subscription? Because honestly, I think that I have enough subscriptions as it is, but then again, I am curious as to how Apple can make it more affordable to, kill that entry-level barrier to buy a product and be able to enjoy the services for a bit. I think it's a good idea if they end up pulling it off in a smart way. I don't feel that way about Apple One, by the way, after being a customer, so we'll see. That's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on PocketNow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media, as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me, well, it is what it is. Hype party. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.